This is about dictionary operations. So you can find the length of a dictionary. This dictionary has length 2 because there are 2 keys in it. You can make a copy of a dictionary. So D1 has 1 mapped to A. D2 is a copy of D1. We see that when we add 2 mapped to B into D1, we have not changed D2 at all, so they're not aliased. We have pop item, which removes and returns an arbitrary key and value pair from the dictionary, and then it crashes if that key is not, or if there's nothing in the dictionary. So here we're going to pop a random item, so it looks like we got 1 in A, and then there's 2 in B left. If I kept popping things though, if I kept popping from the empty dictionary, we'd have a key error. Okay, we do d.clear to remove all of the items from dictionary D. So we always get the empty dictionary back, there it is, and we notice it has a length of 0. And then this is a very, very useful method to know. So looping through the keys in a dictionary can be super useful, and then you can also print out the value of every key. So here we have 1 goes to A and 2 goes to B. Okay, we can look at operations on dictionaries and a key. So key in D just basically tells you if that key is in the dictionary or not. So 0 is not in the dictionary, 1 is in the dictionary. So when we look for A, it's actually not in the dictionary. And that's because A is a value, not a key. 1 and 2 are the only keys in this dictionary. And then we can do the exact same thing with not in. So here we have just pretty much the opposite of what we saw last time. We have D of key, so this is how we get the value at a certain key. So here, the value at 1 is A. However, when we try to do this with a key that's not in our dictionary, like 3, there's a crash. So be careful with that. You can assign certain keys to certain values, so we can say, let's print out what's at 1, but then we can change it so we can have 1 be assigned to 42. If we print the dictionary after all of this, we see that now 1 goes to 42 instead of A. We have a method called get that takes in a key and a default value. So what this one does is it actually gets the value at 1. However, so for example, 0 is not in our dictionary, right? It does not crash now. And if you give it a default value, then if you type a key that is not in this dictionary, like 0, instead of crashing, it'll just give you your default value back. And then we have del, which takes in a key to a dictionary. And so we can delete the key value pair from the dictionary. So let's just look at what happens. After we delete this, we print 1 and D. Let's also print out what D looks like at this point. So see how 1 and A is gone? Both of them are gone. So it takes out the key and the value associated with it. And then if we try to delete 1 from it again, 1 is not in the dictionary anymore, so we can't do that, and it crashes. Okay, let's finally take a look at operations on 2 dictionaries. So you can perform an update. You update the dictionary with all of the key and value pairs from the second dictionary. So let's take a look at this example. We have D1, which has 1 mapped to A and 2 mapped to B. And we have D2, which is 2 mapped to C and 3 mapped to D. So now we're going to update D1 with D2. Okay, so we're going to then assign the key 4 to E. So when we print D1, we see that we have the things that were in D2 in D1 now, but they're not alias still. So whenever we added that 4 into D2, it didn't add anything into D1. So updating isn't the same thing as aliasing them. Also, we see that here, 2 used to be mapped to B in D1, but when we updated it with D2, it was overwritten by what 2 was mapped to in D2. That's something important to remember. All right, there you have it. Those are operations on dictionaries.